Welcome everyone to this Force Friday. We're in the middle of, or the beginning of, I should say, this concept of drawing the figure quickly. So we have these gesture drawings. We're gonna every week kind of double up the time, right? So last week we did 30-second poses. Today we're gonna do the 1 minutes. And what I'm hoping here is that Swenley, Matunjay, and I will be able to show you guys what levels of information to shoot for, what your goals could be within each one of these time durations. Because some of you, when I mentor, I've definitely run into periods where a student comes in with a drawing and I look at it thinking it's what I would be doing at that time frame, right? Like, oh, that looks like 2 minutes, and then ask them and they're like, oh, that took me 15 minutes to draw, right? So I'm hoping this gives you a sense of, okay, this is a goal. It's not like, it takes practice, of course. No one's expecting you to get it done right away, but the goal is to practice and go, okay, this is a good goal. This is what a 1 minute drawing could look like, right? So I never do this, but I want to start trying to remind you guys, if you haven't subscribed yet to the YouTube channel and you're learning from us, then please kindly hit the subscribe button. And if you hit the notification bell, then you will get the future updates, right? So that's the way to do it, because this way you don't have to come back and check and check and check. You just get a notification of when, it's the moment I basically post up the new thumbnail for the new Force Friday, you'll get a notification, right? And then coming over and, join us on Fridays, right? So let's say hello to our other Force instructors. How are you guys doing? How's it going, Mr. Swenley?
I'm good, back and ready.
Yeah, that's right. The new and improved Swenley. Swenley had a new robotic arm attached in on his right. Right, so you could draw faster today.
Yes.
Yeah, after Swenley saw what Matunjay and I did last week, he was like, "Oh man, I better get the robot arm installed."
An upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. Get an upgrade. I know. I was kind of shocked. I thought I'm actually. I have to say, not to sound pompous or anything, but I'm really pleased with what we pulled off last week. I was like, it was a really solid video with some really damn fast drawing going on in it. So yeah. So today we've doubled the time, and it'll be interesting to see if and how we use that time. It's very easy to eat up time. It's like you got 1 minute. So can you draw as quickly as you did in a 30 and just give more information? Or do you somehow absorb the whole minute and only get the same amount of work done, right? Which is very, very common, right? We do that in our day-to-day lives too. You might have some goal to do something and it's 3 weeks out. And of course you do it like on the last day instead of using the 3 weeks. And you could have done the same thing if you'd only given yourself 2 days to get it done in, right? So that'd be an interesting thing to watch today. I know I fall into that habit, so I'm going to try not to, and I'm going to try to get more stuff in there in that very short period of time, right? So I also want to remind all of you in the audience, feel free to join us, right? So on the website, there were some premium members and mentees that did this. They drew along, and it was really interesting to see them come in with that work. So for the next few weeks, come in ready, come in with a pad of paper and your drawing utensils, and either draw along with us as we're drawing, or we usually pause after each drawing and talk. So then you can try and do the drawing, like watch us do it and then do it, or try either or. I think those are two great ways to use these videos. Try to draw with us and keep up. And then the other one is for you to just watch us. And then while we're talking about it, go and try and do the drawing, okay? All right. Let's get back to Matunjay, actually. Might as well just get this ball rolling. We get the drawing going. You all ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right, it's all yours.
Oh, you don't make me the host again for the iPad.
Oh, right, because you left and came back, right? Right. Hold on. Let's see more. I'm going to make you the host. That's weird. It's not giving me co-host. So you're the host right now. So you'll have to hand it back later. Okay.
I gotta do it.
You'll have to probably hand it back later.
Can we trust you with the power, Matunjay?
I was just thinking that.
Power.
Like, oh my God, I feel so feeble and weak suddenly. I don't know why. I feel myself shrinking.
Yep. You guys can see the screen?
Yes.
All right. So let's get started. So who's gonna time me, by the way? Uh, anyone's timing me?
I can time you.
All right, Swanley will time and I'll take care of the chat.
Yep.
Let me
So
get
whenever
my
I am.
stopwatch. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So let's see how it's going. I'll talk or not today. We have 1 minute today, so we'll be basically doubling the time. Let's see how it goes. All right, I'm just trying to like string up everything, learning from my previous mistakes in the last live stream. Getting, I think the main stuff out. Okay, basically done. I'm just like adding details with the leftover time here. I can get this hand as well, which is important. Yeah, basically done, Yeah, like that. How was that? Like how much time did I take?
Time's up. 1 minute.
All right. Yeah, so I think this is a pretty sweet spot for me, like 1 minute, in here. And I'm warming up, so it's pretty cold here. I'm getting some fire in my hair, it will be more and more intense. Yeah, which will be good. So that's basics, with with this pose. Now what we gotta do is create some form, out of it. This is not like too much, what I would say, form-oriented pose. So what I'm gonna do is like I'm trying to bring, maybe like make it from another angle. Would that be a good idea, Mike?
To try to draw that photo? Yeah, sure. If you want to, go for it.
Yeah, because in that way that the leg, this leg here, it can like come out a little bit, so it can be like more form oriented. So yeah, pretty much like good challenge. All right, let's start.
Yes.
Okay.
Hope you guys didn't miss that this is actually the way that Rotunje warms up, right? So if you're cold, you just got to do a lot of drawing to get your blood circulating. It's the new force workout.
All right, so let's get this like leg coming out. Let's get this leg coming out like that. See what I'm like thinking more this time, like thinking doubling, because I'm also thinking about the pose, how to manipulate that, and also trying to do it in like 1 minute, like that. This arm could come out a little bit, so I'm like putting more sculpting around that, right? And he's got this like, got this like head and the neck crack right there. Yeah, that's it, So pretty much done. Pretty much done here.
So we had a
All right.
request. We had a request on trying to make the picture a little bigger if you can on the future one, so this way they could see what you're looking at.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Mhm.
All right, so that's form. How's that, Mandy? How much time did that take?
58 seconds.
Okay, so right under the minute.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So try to do another one with more shape oriented. Okay, I'll make the picture bigger for you as well. Right there. Would that be good, chat? Okay, let me know if it's not. Let's try to do the same pose now, but more shape oriented, so I can see very like good shapes in here. So I'll try to do that. Okay. Should I go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So what I see, I see this, a more straight curve, right? Straight curve right there. I try to get the main stuff first, which is like the shoulder in here. Yeah, I'm getting this straight curve design again, right there as well. Something like this. That foot is a great example of a straight curve again. I try to get that after the hand there. Okay. Straight curve, straight curve. So I gotta undo that a little bit very quick. Straight curve again. I'll resize the drawing, don't worry, after I draw it. And that's it, for the main. So in the remaining time, I'm just gonna do this. Do the feet. And there we go. Yeah.
Time's up.
Yeah, right on time. So I'm just gonna do this. So you can see different shapes in here, So for the whole body, what I did is I did that, right? Something like that. So that's kind of two shapes in here, one and two. You can see the arm again, it's like this and this, the whole like straight to curve design. Yeah, just like make a bump in there, so don't be confused by it. For this arm, again, for the deltoid straight to curve, for the whole arm, it's again like two shapes in here. So straight to curve, straight to curve. Yes, it's like very shape driven, like there. All right, so let's get to the next image, right there. Or maybe I'll try to take a more interesting one here. Right there. I'll make the picture a little bit bigger as per your request. All right, would that be good?
It's very much
So
underpants.
yeah, I did that. It's Wendy's brand, So
Exactly.
all right.
It's like a European style bathing suit. Euro suit. We don't wear shorts like that in the US.
I specifically made the shorts a little bit like, I don't want to censor it like completely because I want to see that form. I want like everybody to see that form here. All right, just gonna make it a little shorter. Okay. This time I'm not losing time, all right, let's get this like very like, what do I can say, like very rotated leg, and it's pretty interesting. And I got that. All right, that's done. Oh, got the bun right there. All right, that's it. So that's basics.
It's 42
What time on that?
43 seconds.
All right. See, I'm really on fire today. I'm just like blasting rockets. All right, let's get the form going on. Try to make it shorter from the beginning itself. I'll just try to do this, do that. More form oriented. Yeah, like this is coming out, as you can see the swindies in there. Yeah, this leg is going back. I'm just gonna do this, do that. Some form going on, which means I got this in there. Something like that. This leg's coming out towards us. So I'll be doing it something like this. And then the head and the neck, right? Right there. Now the remaining time, if I have a little, what I would do is try to do that, try to do this, try to do this. Oh, minute's not over yet?
Now it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's form, right? So you can see like we got, you can see the difference, right? This is basically the basics. The standard way just rhythms, this forces, and this is the form. Yeah, so I just got to put in a little bit more efforts in there for the form section, but that's good, I would love to get this, the other leg, like this leg, full, like completely into the canvas in there, so I can like present like more form in there. And yeah, we can push it basically, So instead of shape, what I'll do is like, I'll try to push this pose, into space. Okay. So basically playing with the legs more. So I'm doing the form one, one more time. It's going, let's keep going. Right. So basically this body is like coming towards us. I'm just going to push it a little bit more this time, right? Like that. This is hitting the leading edge. Okay, right there. Uh, I'm just gonna do something like this. Just gotta make the face a little bit smaller, all right. Now let's try to get the legs done first. I love that leg, as I said, the leg which is like going outwards, into the space. I mean, his right leg, pretty good. So we gotta do this, we can do that. Uh, something like that. Try to get it in 1 minute. Sorry, I forgot the time limit. And this is like coming towards us. So see what's happening. I am actually pushing this out right there, right under the time. Am I done? All right. So see, yeah, now I'm pretty much happy, about it. Like, oh, this leg is like going deep into space in there. It's like coming towards us, and you see, we've got this same perspective now, right there. All right. So how much time do you have, by the way?
About 5 more minutes.
All right. So we have time. All right. Let's try to draw this one. Yeah, this one's pretty interesting as well. Again, make the image a little bit bigger. The reason why I got this image like so small, because I'm drawing vertically on the iPad, as you can see right now. So it just give me more space. But this one, because it's like landscape oriented, I can make it even more bigger if you want. See right there. All right. Okay, so I'm going this so you can start the time.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. I had a very good plan to push this pose a little bit, but that will be in the form. I love this leg, by the way. See how it's like, it's almost like hidden, like hiding the thighs in there. So I'm just gonna put more focus in there and on this hand, right there. This space in there as well. Maybe I'll try to get whatever the expression. Just rhythms, we're just doing rhythms here. Like that. It's got a pretty cool hand gesture in there, by the way. Yeah, very, very good. And the other leg, by the way, it's just very, very simple. It's like this. And what I gotta do, just gotta make this foot like coming forward in there.
Time's up.
All right, so that's it. So yeah, I could have done a little bit more. Not pretty much happy with it, but let's try to do it in form. Okay. Okay, this time I just gotta make it smaller. Okay, so I can like fit everything in. All right, let's go. So in form, I would really love to push it. So see the comparison to the upper torso to the lower torso. It's like a giant like deltoid, as you can see. Right there. So pretty much everything is just depending upon this leg here. Yeah. I just gotta make it like giant leg. Make it smaller and just draw very giant feet in here. Okay. This is like coming towards us. I can put some sculpting in there as well because we are doing form. Right, like that. The other leg, okay, other leg is very, very important to get. Right, so I'm pushing it more. Okay, I'm making it even more smaller, and then we can like quickly get the head done. Right there. Okay. And that's it. So, is it done?
Yeah, time's up.
Yeah. Oh, I just kind of forget, but hey, it don't count in time. But I could have like done this as well, into the body. All right. Let's try to do one more, for the form. Pretty much. I'll try to get some like sculpting around that as well. All right. Let's try to do it. And now this time I'll make it more normal. Okay. So I had like one thing to focus on more. Try to get this lighter. I'll try to include some shape here in it as well. So all right, getting some form in there, getting this knee in there. So I'm putting shapes as well. This. This is the thighs. It's coming out. That's the knee. All right. Let's try to get this. Getting some shapes with the other arm as well. I'm trying to get this head done. Now I can push the leg right there. Push some shapes. Get this hand gesture like I can just like help myself not getting that. Right there. Make it just a little bit more focused.
Time's up.
All right, that's it. Yeah, pretty much happy with this because this has a good balance of like contrast. So I really like that one. All right, so let's really quickly do a fifth one. This is my fifth one, fourth one. Yeah. Make it a little bit deeper here, and let me know, when the time's up. So I'll just do a very basic drawing here.
Yeah, I would say just do maybe just take your best shot at this one, with everything you got.
Okay. How do I explain this one? Pretty much straightforward, I'm taking my best shot here. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but we'll see. That one as well. I'm just gonna do a very like stretched leg out of this. And this leg is like supporting, obviously. So putting some shapes, I can put some shapes in there as well. Very solid. I'll get some shade in there. That's for the tone, like just for some math, And done, pretty much it. Yep. How was that? What was the time?
That's good. Yeah.
56 seconds.
56 seconds? No. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed, my part. I'm gonna hand it over to
Swingers. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think we need you to give him hosting control.
All right. How do I do that?
You go to the participants button and you go to his name and then it says more, and on the more there'll be a drop down.
There we go. You have the power now. I feel weak. But I'm pretty much warmed up now, so that's good.
That's good.
Oh yeah, I can imagine now. Let's see, I put you guy over here. Let's see, I think I'm on the right layer. All right, so let's get started. So when doing quick gesture, especially when working digitally, I like to work with a brush that goes opaque relatively fast, because again, in a short time limit, if you have to build up the stroke too much, it costs a lot of time. So I have a brush that goes dark relatively fast. I don't have to put that much effort into it. And notice that the brush is quite big. Again, I don't like tiny brushes for quick drawings. So who's going to time me?
You mind, Martunjay? And I'll keep running the chat.
Let's wait a second. You have to wait a second for that. I'm not prepared.
Oh, Martunjay.
All right. Okay, I'll do it.
You ready?
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. So it's an interesting one. Like, what's the first thing I do is just look, and understand the pose. What is she doing? She's pushing out like her hips here. And we have straight here. So I'm just going to run on all cylinders. I'm going to just use everything I've got. So we've got a torso. I can use the clothing to help me a bit with the structure. So let's see, this leg seems to be outside, inside, outside, and it's supporting a lot of the weight. So I want to make sure that I plant the foot firmly on the ground, and make it dark to give it visual weight, and in doing that, show physical weight, to show that it's supporting the weight. This leg is stretching. Looks like
That's it. That's it, only. Gotta be
the 1 minute hammer drops. Yes, charge up the arm.
All right, I'm going to do it without talking then. That's time.
All right.
Right.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
And he's rounding the corner. Yeah, look at all the form he just threw in there. All right. We got some quick shapes out and out, like he said on the leg. All right, you can see he's brought up his pace quite a bit. All right, other foot's down. He's feeling the stress and chaos of the 1 minute. Get the hand placed. He's got the other hand placed. And then we've got the head. You're probably, man, you're probably like 40 at this point. So much faster.
Just want to make sure that the position of his leg is right.
Mhm.
So she's standing balanced. Now I can add a top for some form here and add a center.
Right, that's it.
So there, you had more than enough time on that one. That's good.
Right.
Yes. All right, let me give it another shot.
Okay.
And let's go.
Hopefully you all notice out there as well just how important this stroke is, right? That we're all using this force line to just quickly give the drawing energy, and because we're thinking about the energy and we're getting from A to B, right? There's not much scribbling or haphazardness going on. It's okay again to work up through something like soft touch, but you don't want to sort of dilly-dally, especially when you have these shorter time limits, right? All right. Very simple shapes.
That's 35. 40 seconds. Maybe.
Yeah, so it's all there at this point. He's obviously just adding in some structure, right?
That's yeah, pretty good.
Mhm.
Time's
Yeah,
up.
done.
Okay.
Time. Okay. So that was good.
Right.
Feeling
All
more
right.
comfortable?
Yeah, I'm warming up.
Yeah.
I like my chunje now.
Even though you're idiotic at this point, you'll be warmed up by this exercise. So
Yeah. So let's do the same. I think this is the same pose from a different angle. Yeah. Rotate it. So that will be fun. All right, let's go.
yeah. So
Actually, here it looks like it's an S curve from this point. I can see this to this. Now I can use this for form, get a quick center. I'd love to start with a solid torso mass and then prioritize the limbs that support the weight.
You can see how important the placement of the feet are to create a perspective plane, right? So we got one in the front, and the angle of the feet are always really important as well to make it feel like the body is grounded, right? Because we're trying to create, gravity and a stance and balance in the drawing.
right time.
All right. Yeah, this is good. Let's see if I can get like even more like thrusting energy in this arm. Okay, let's go.
Yep.
Remember, if you guys have any questions about what's going on, then always put it in the chat. Otherwise, hopefully you're drawing along with Swenley right now. seeing how he's using shape really as a identifier for the figure so quick.
That's it. Sunday. Now we can't do work anymore.
Stop drawing.
Let's see. So I drew this one 2 times. It's funny, like if when I overlay the previous one, it's almost exactly the same. You know, just some slight modifications here and there.
Yeah.
But to see my impression of the pose didn't change much. All right, let's do this one last time. All right, let's go.
You always started the number in between, so I'll have to try to very correctly.
The what?
You always start like in the middle, you know, between let's say 1 or 2 or something like that.
Ah, okay. Remember the underpants shape, socket for the thighs to make sure that it fits. Look at the angle of his foot. Create a ground plane. Now make sure that there's enough thrust and power. This time is slightly hyperextended. This one is holding the sphere. I can change the direction of the sphere to make it really clearly in silhouette. Now get a simple head in there, little hair. And that's basically it. You know, from here I can start refining, adding the rib
Yeah.
cage.
It's been pretty good.
Okay, let's see. So this one is a bit different. I drew slightly bigger. But when I compare it to the reference, the story is there. You know, she's leaning forward. There's all this thrusting power in her arm and sphere. You know, I got the attitude of the head. So the ideas are there, you know, which is important. It's not just about drawing fast. You want to get the story of the pose on the page.
What would you do to, now that you've drawn this pose quite a bit, what would you do to exaggerate it, make it more extreme?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, let's see what that looks like.
All right, let's go. I think I would lean her forwards more. Maybe push the foreshortening, you know, meaning that these ellipses, these wrapping lines would get wider. Now let's change the angles, like she's leaning more. This is stretching even more. So the key word here is more. You know, make this an elbow lift up more. And again, I want a clear silhouette here for that sphere. So, and maybe this need to be foreshortened more as well.
That's it.
All right. Let's see.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that looks great. Yeah, I love how this spear's got a really clear stage now. Hopefully you can all see that silhouette. And, you know, Swanley crouched her down more, you know, so there's more anticipation to her attack, basically. Yeah, cool.
Okay, let's go to another one. So let's see which one would be cool. So this one would be cool. See that pose interacting with a prop. So it's not just, you know, drawing the figure. Okay, so let's go. Let's see. So this guy is crouching. Is this a C curve? This feels like it's could be an S curve as well. And this is washed. You know, feel this to this. And he's sitting on this like box, you know, so I want to get it in there. It's not just about drawing a floating figure. You know, with this arm leaning here. This one is on his thigh, this leg. This leg is stretched. Neck and head. It's just bending forward like that. I can use the underpants to give me some quick.
Fine.
All right.
Yeah, I love the leg. You know, that's super good leg.
Yeah. And I like the slouchiness that you got out of that,
Yeah, I think it's good. So the torso was a bit tricky. I was like, do I
Maybe
use a
right?
C? So let's try a C curve for this time. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to, even if you found the right templates, it's good to explore a different option, to see if it communicates the action better. So this is being squashed. We have all this compression here. See the center. And again, the torso is directly interacting with that block. So even if it's not super precise, I want to get something in there. This looks like outside, inside, outside. And this foot here. And this leg stretched. I have a lot of weight and tension on this arm. The shoulders going slightly up. And I think there's a rhythm between the back and the face. I can see this to this.
Times only.
All right, so I think the C curve is working better, especially with the compression here in the stomach. So I think I would roll with that one. So let's do one more. Let's see if we can exaggerate this pose. Okay, let's go.
So as we were saying earlier, everyone, it's not just about trying to look at a model and copy them, but to understand, right? So with this force drawing approach, what the three of us are doing is drawing our understandings of the figures, not copying them, but trying to say, here's the forces, here's the rhythms, the pose has this kind of feel to it, and try to get that done in 1 minute.
Yep, a lot of brain power, guys.
Yes. A lot of smoke out of the ears. Shut off all the fire alarms in the room.
Yeah, and one of the keys is stay loose. If you try to be too uptight and produce the perfect drawing, it's
Right,
not
that's it. Sorry to break you up.
All right, how many minutes do I have left?
A couple more. You could probably get 1 or 2 more drawings in.
All right, let's do 2 more drawings of another pose. So let's see. This one would be nice. All right, let's go. So the first thing I see is this. Like this is the main idea, is bending back. It's kind of like gets wider here. Again, I can use this underpants. Let's prioritize the legs to make sure this guy is standing. Again, draw that prop, even if it's super quick and rough, get it in there. And darken the lines that touch the floor to give them weight.
Right, that's time.
Okay. Let's do one more. Let me try to boost
I love the
pose.
personality in that one. It's really good.
Yeah, thank you.
It's got a lot of attitude. Yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah. It's really cool.
Let me do it here. So let's go. Now I want to like exaggerates my opinion about the pose, that he's got like a huge upper body and like tiny torso or pelvis. Now we have the underpants here. The legs are kind of like long and thin. We have a fist, and we have this nice rhythm. The head. And we're on here. Make sure we get a width of those shoulders.
Right, that's it.
All right. So yeah, hopefully you guys drew along and enjoyed it. And
Yeah, that was great, Swanley. I love how you, it was difficult in the first one and you immediately like got used to the 1 minute and even to play within the 1 minute, it's kind of cool. Yeah, lots of personality in the drawings. And I love that last one though, that really pushed caricature. Really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Stop the share. And let's see, do I have to give you the power, Mike?
I think so. I don't know. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right, cool. Ha, ultimate power. No matter what Zoom says. All right, guys, let's see what's going to happen here. It's interesting, I'm just paying attention to my own, I guess, self and feelings. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be drawing next. There's that little moment of sort of fear and excitement combined, because I don't know what's going to happen. It's not like I have this pre-planned. I've barely even looked at these photographs. So I think that's kind of fun, actually, to have a little bit of this this feel of risk taking, So can one of you guys time me?
I can do it again.
Okay. So, all right, let's 1, 2, 3. Just see what happens. I'm just gonna draw on this first one just to get myself warmed up. Get our shorts in there because that does help.
That's it.
Okay, so not bad. Pretty much everything is here. This looks a little funny. This needs to be out wider. This needs to be just a little thinner. But other than that, it's all pretty much there. So to Swenley's point, going off of this right behind Swenley, he was talking about how to just be loose. I'm like, I'm just going to relax and try to swing my way into this. And I felt like I had plenty of time to kind of just move my way around. And, I was combining force, form, and shape all at the same time. Right. So let's see. Let's try it again. I'm going to just do all of them, and I'm going to see now that I've done it once, right, how much I've learned, and try to bring more information and maybe even a little more clarity. I was kind of purposely very loose on that one. Let's see what happens if I kind of get a little neater, right? So ready, go. All right, so swinging around, top of the thigh, like that little hard knee. Keep doing this thing where I have to push it up and get this leg in here. trying to get a little more realism in this one too. I don't know if you're noticing that, but I'm really paying a little more closer attention to the contours. All right, getting this all to work. Come on, Photoshop, there it goes. Sometimes my Photoshop likes to stall, and now is not the time to stall, that's for sure.
And that's it.
Okay, so a little cleaner. I worked slower, so I don't have as much form indicated in here. I didn't even tone in like her top and her bottom, but that time was spent being a little more, just a little more specific, a little more clear, a little more organic, you know. Let's try it again. I'm going to get very shapy on this one and just try to design a little bit further. So ready, go. Lift it up again. I like drawing like this too, by the way, a little more angular, but still forceful at the same time. It's really fun style to work in. Some of you might be thinking like, how the hell are you shifting gears like that, you know, but it's just knowing force well enough and understanding the body well enough to, you know, to do that, and the different processes, you know.
Hey, that's it. Stop.
Okay, so there's a shapy one, right? So you can see the difference, hopefully, in those, you know. It's like, look what happened, right? I started really super loose and just let myself, you know, into the pose and lots of sliding around. I tried to organize that a little bit. So you can see there's much less work, more time in my head, and then being more attentive to what I put down, and then a much more shapy one, right? Like way more aggressive on the shapes. So I love the angles on her feet, man. I just want to get into that foot. It's so exciting. Like what's going on there? Like, look at that foot, right? It's all this like great little information. I just haven't had the time yet to like get it in and understand it, to make it happen fast enough. I keep trying to imply the hands too, because I love the perspective on that hand, but you could see all I keep doing is calling out the top surface of the hand and not getting the fingers in there. So that'd be a cool thing. That's what these scribbles here are too. It's me going top of the hand. So let's try one more time on this one. I'm just going to see if I can get some of those other details in there. Hold on. Let's see if I can get more screen here too. All right, I'm not drawing yet. All right, ready? Go. I'm just going to try to work super fast. That's going to get a little more scribbly, but I'm hoping to get that other information in there. I want that, and I want these fingers poking out in this thumb. Let's see if we can get this foot in here. Okay.
Time.
All right, so I got a little bit more of those moments that I wanted. All right, a little bit of the foot, not that much. This one, my habit is I keep wanting to put that edge down straight, and then I keep going over there and going, no, 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 like look how strong that angle is, right? We got a little bit more of the gesture of the hands, but you could see it's like so crude. I just want to be able to get this darn thing in here like this, right? And just get the fingers like splaying out like that, just like super simple, right? All right, well, that was fun. Let's try another one. And I hopefully, you know, all of us are inspiring with you just how loose we are. Like it's okay to be totally loose and flow. It's almost impossible to be super rigid and be a copyist or come in with a copyist mentality in 30 seconds or 1 minute. That's why you'll hear from many people like, there's no way I could do the model in 30 seconds, you know? It's because they're usually sitting in there just trying to copy from like, you know, millisecond to millisecond or inch to inch, instead of going for the big picture, you know, and trying to stay loose with the figure. Okay, you know, finding that gesture basically, right? So this one, I'm going to shrink this a little bit. Get this all the way up here. This one's pretty challenging, huh? It's like number one issue here is going to be foreshortening, obviously. And how to get force in foreshortening. One of the questions I get all the time is, you know, is it even possible? Like, how are you supposed to do that? Well, so I'll show you right now. Before I start drawing, just a little analysis here. You know, we have this like rib cage form and we have this pelvis form, right? And the rib cage you can see is kind of like this, and the pelvis is actually like pointing this way. So there's a lot of turning going on in here, a lot of torque, right? The force of rotation is torque. So I want to keep that in mind. And what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to glue these two forms together with force. So I'm going to come up here and then I'm going to come down here. So this is like a crazy S, right? Really, really crazy S. You'll notice it like stretches out over here. Shape wise, this is going to be my straight. You'll notice how effective all of a sudden that became. Man, that drives everything down here. So look at this, you know, look at that shape. You see, really, really exciting. And then here, my curves down here, this is my straight up here, right? And then I've got all this form. So I have to really watch what happens like right here, right? Because that's where all the overlap is. Like that is the traffic jam, right? The traffic jam's all in there. And I have to try and get that, right? And with this arm, I'm going to probably go like this to a hyperextended elbow. Here's the elbow. I'm going to push out and then I'm going to come back over here and get the hand. So I'm showing you the tricks I'm going to go through basically. I got to get form through the pelvis, right? So here's her pelvis, but I want to make sure I understand the structure of it, right? I want to understand the top side of it, the center of it, right? Her rear end is over here. I got to think about how this leg is going to come through and around and underneath, right? So all this stuff has got to go on in 1 minute, right? So wish me luck. Let's see, Command D, brush. Okay, ready, go. See if we can make that all happen, right? So you'll see I'm doing exactly what I just showed you. I'm just doing it faster. I'm going really quick, a little sloppy, but that's okay. Move up, precious seconds. Make this foot bigger. That's something I didn't talk about before. Now let's make that foot nice and huge. I'm gonna get her head in here, get that arm we talked about. I gotta get this foot over there, right? So I'll have to work on that on the next round. This part is off and I don't have time to fix it. Is that time?
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
So there's the first attempt, right? It's got all the big picture ideas. I have to work on here. I'm not nailing that down yet because I didn't push the knee into the rib cage enough, into the body enough. I need to get that height in there to get the foot up against her arm, right? Kind of interesting. The leg turned out okay. You know, you can feel the size and scale. I need the other side of her rear end here to really show the full roundness of her hips. We have the center line here. Let's see what happens. We'll try again. Let me get another layer in here. Okay, ready? Let's go. The harder something is, the more time I'm basically spending on it, and that's why it's starting to take longer. I always want to go through, so I'm going through that leg, right? I want to get that knee up in there. Get the shoulder going. Nice little loop going on there. Okay, we're much closer there now, so that's good. Our head and chin are here. Get her top. Her shorts.
And that's time.
Okay, so more, right? We got more information at least out of this one. And I didn't get to draw the detail in there, but I got the placement is all much better this time around, right? Seems like I pushed this a little high and it's a little long that way. I think she's a little shorter. Ribcage is shorter and then comes down, right? And I haven't had time yet in either sense to get some of the info in here. It's really cool how the edge of a rib cage is there and it's like pulling off of that. You see that? There's all these like great overlaps down to her belly button. So let's see if we can try to get that, if we can get that in there. Let's see here. Okay, let's go Command F again. See if we can make this even bigger. Okay, brush. All right, ready, go. I'm gonna try to get really efficient here. Except for raising the darn drawing again. Put this over here. I want this nice little S. Try to get the body, some wrinkles in there this time. Some roundness. Let's get our arm going. Try to get her foot in there this time. Okay, then her neck and head. Rear end. Get this hip in there, maybe a little clearer.
All right, that's it.
Okay, it's a little cleaner, a little simpler. It gave me more time to get some information I couldn't get in before. I finally started getting this foot to push up against the arm, so that was new. It took me these 3 attempts to get there. What else? I started trying to get a little bit more of the bottom of the jaw in there. And I got the information on the inside very quickly, you know, just like a shortened version of it, right? All right, let's see, we got time for let's just hit the last pose that I have quickly here. So that's this one. Did I create a new layer yet? I don't think so. Yeah, here we go. All right, ready, go. So I didn't get the time to really analyze this, right? So I'm just gonna kind of draw here on the go. Now I'm just clarifying. I'm kind of shaping things out a little bit more. Put some form in there.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. So you can see easier pose. I felt like I had way more time, right? I'm just like casually moving around, you know, getting in some more form in areas. I did the whole thing very forcefully first to find the rhythms, and then I had time to put in the shapes with it, right? Kind of start closing things up, and it got me to almost the whole pose, really. And what I mean by the whole thing is that almost fully shaped, with sense of structure and space in it, right? So let's try again. Let's see, can we squeeze in one more? Yeah, let's squeeze in one more take on this. All right, so everyone draw with me, you know. Okay, ready, go. I'm gonna try to get super shapy on this one, all right? So let's try to design here. love to hear from you guys if you and the audience prefer one of the levels or not. Like, is it the force stuff that's really interesting, or you love when stuff gets designy? Is it form that you're most interested in, and that's what you're looking for in these videos? You know, like what's the thing that really excites you as we go through these very fast drawings? And we'll get to talk more about them, of course, in the future, but it'd be great to hear, you know, where your weakness is the most, right? So you're looking for that in these videos.
All right, that's it.
All right, so there we are. All right, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's session. I wanted to remind you again, if you already aren't a subscriber, then please hit the subscribe button. And of course, if you hit the bell, you will get notifications, right? I think, again, that's the way to go. This is a lot of fun. I always think like, oh my God, like we're live and we got to draw. And then once you're in there and you're sitting and doing it, it's just so much fun sitting and sketching, you know, for you guys. And hopefully it's inspiring you to sit down and draw for the next couple of hours after we're done. And try to, you know, try to get that gesture down. The main thing is try to get the idea down. By the way, you know, you've seen us do these drawings over and over again, and iteration is a big deal. You know, do something over and over and over. You could see each one of us gets better and better, even just from pose to pose, right? So there's just human nature, right? If you do something over and over again, you're going to improve on it. So don't feel like you have to go from photograph to photograph to photograph to photograph with only one drawing. You know, maybe do 5 or 10 for a drawing to keep learning and learning from it and get better at it. Okay. So have a great week. Thank you again, Swami and Mritunjay, as always, for doing awesome work today. We will see you next week. We'll probably be doing 2-minute poses. So again, massive change, right? It'll be really exciting to see how we get more information in there, what kind of information we put in there in the 2-minute time limit, right? So you'll see a very big difference from what you've seen in the 30 and 1 minutes. 2 minutes is like a luxury. And then 5 minutes, you might as well go on vacation. So we'll see you all then. All right. Take care. Thanks, guys.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I don't want to go yet. Sorry, hold on. Here we go. I lost my cursor. All right. See ya.